For rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft, and stubbornness is as iniquity and idolatry. Because you have rejected the word of the Lord, he also has rejected you from being king. 1 Samuel 15 verse 23. Have you ever wondered how to recognize the subtle signs of manipulation and rebellion around you? The Bible warns us about the spirit of Jezebel, a destructive force that can infiltrate our lives and communities. Jezebel was a powerful and wicked queen, the wife of King Ahab, known for her cruelty and idolatry. She not only seduced and manipulated the king, but also relentlessly persecuted God's prophets, promoting Baal worship and challenging the true faith. In this video, we will uncover how to identify a woman with the spirit of Jezebel. Stay alert, because these signs might be closer than you think, threatening to destabilize your faith and your community. We will explore together each characteristic of this spirit, from manipulation and control to seduction and deception. Prepare to discover revelations that can transform your perspective and protect your spirituality. Don't miss any detail, as this knowledge is essential for your faith journey. Watch until the end and learn how to protect your life and faith from destructive influences. Join me on this journey of discernment and wisdom. Manipulation and control. A dangerous woman influenced by the spirit of Jezebel possesses a remarkable ability to manipulate and control others. In the Christian context, this manifests subtly but devastatingly. For example, she might use smooth words and empty promises to bend the will of a man of God, leading him to stray from his principles and spiritual commitments. It's crucial to be careful, as these behaviors can go unnoticed until the damage is already done. Moreover, this dangerous woman can create an environment of constant tension and anxiety, manipulating situations to always be in control. She might make a man question his own decisions and values, leading him to increasingly depend on her guidance and approval. To identify such behaviors, observe if there's a tendency for isolation, where the affected person starts to distance themselves from their faith community and family support. To deal with this type of manipulation, it's essential to strengthen one's faith and spiritual discernment. Seek guidance through prayer and studying the Bible, as in Proverbs 3 verses 5 to 6, which instructs us to trust in the Lord with all our heart and not lean on our own understanding. Surrounding yourself with spiritual mentors and trustworthy friends can also help recognize and resist these manipulative behaviors, maintaining integrity and faith. This prepares us to explore the next aspect of this challenging spirit: rebellion against authority. Rebellion against authority. Rebellion against authority is a central characteristic of a dangerous woman under the influence of the spirit of Jezebel. In the Christian context, this rebellion can manifest as persistent and disrespectful opposition to spiritual leaders and established authorities. For example, she might constantly question the pastor's decisions or discredit the advice of church elders, sowing discord and doubt among the congregation members. It's crucial to be careful, as this behavior can weaken the unity of the faith community. This rebellion isn't limited to the spiritual realm. It can also extend to family and professional authority. A dangerous woman influenced by the spirit might destabilize family harmony by disrespecting the leadership of the husband or father, creating conflicts and divisions within the home. In the workplace, she might openly challenge the authority of superiors, promoting an environment of tension and mistrust. Identifying these behavioral patterns is essential to protect the integrity of personal and professional relationships. To counteract this rebellion, it is vital to promote a culture of respect and healthy submission to authority, as taught in Romans 13 verses 1 to 2, which reminds us that all authority is instituted by God. Encourage the practice of humility and open dialogue, always seeking peaceful and edifying solutions. By cultivating an obedient heart and a discerning mind, we can resist the influence of the spirit of Jezebel and strengthen unity and peace in all areas of life. This helps us understand the next aspect of this spirit, involving seduction and deception. Seduction and deception. The spirit of Jezebel is a master at using seduction and deception as tools to achieve its goals. A dangerous woman under this influence can exert overwhelming charm, using her appearance and charisma to attract and control those around her. In the Christian context, this can be especially treacherous, as she might appear pious and devoted while her true intentions are deceptive. It's crucial to be careful, as this seductive facade can lead a man of God astray from his rightful path and principles. In addition to charm, this dangerous woman uses emotional manipulation to maintain her influence. She might alternate between affection and calculated coldness, creating an emotional roller coaster for those around her. This behavior can make a man feel constantly indebted to her, unable to recognize the control being exerted. Practical examples include empty promises and exaggerated compliments that never materialize, trapping the person in a cycle of frustrated expectations. To resist this seduction and deception, it is vital to seek discernment through prayer and studying the scriptures, as in 1 John 4 verse 1, which exhorts us to test the spirits to see if they are from God. Encourage the practice of genuine and sincere love, which does not seek to manipulate or control but to edify and strengthen. Surrounding yourself with friends and spiritual mentors who can offer honest perspectives is also crucial. By understanding these tactics of seduction and deception, we are better prepared to identify falseness and hypocrisy, which will be explored in the next topic. Falseness and hypocrisy. The spirit of Jezebel often hides behind a mask of piety and religiosity, concealing its true intentions. A dangerous woman influenced by this spirit can appear devout and fervent in her faith, but her actions reveal otherwise. She might actively participate in church activities and seem to lead a life of devotion while secretly promoting disobedience and dishonor to God. It is important to be careful, as this hypocrisy can deceive many, leading them away from true faith. Moreover, the falseness of this dangerous woman can manifest in her interpersonal relationships. She might adopt a friendly and helpful demeanor, but her words and actions are laden with ulterior motives. Practical examples include offering help to gain trust and then using that trust to manipulate and control. She might excessively praise others only to secure favors in return, creating a web of deceit that is difficult to untangle. To deal with this falseness and hypocrisy, it is essential to cultivate a community of transparency and truth. In James 1 verse 22, we are exhorted to be doers of the word and not hearers only, deceiving ourselves. Promote a culture where authenticity and honesty are valued and encouraged. Surrounding yourself with people who truly follow Christian principles and who can offer support and discernment is crucial. By strengthening our understanding of these characteristics, we are better prepared to recognize intolerance to true worship, which we will explore in the next topic. Intolerance to true worship. The spirit of Jezebel does not tolerate true worship of God. A dangerous woman influenced by this spirit often promotes idolatry and false worship, diverting attention from what truly matters. In the Christian context, she might try to introduce practices that are not biblical, distorting worship and leading the faithful away from the purity of genuine worship. It is crucial to be careful, as these actions can corrupt the spirituality and devotion of an entire community. This intolerance can manifest in various ways, including the persecution of those dedicated to true worship. A dangerous woman might criticize and discourage true worshipers, creating an environment of hostility and discouragement. Practical examples include disdain for devotional practices such as fervent prayers and sincere praise, and promoting superficial activities that distract from a true connection with God. This can lead to a culture of empty and meaningless worship. To combat this intolerance, it is vital to strengthen true worship through deep study of the scriptures and constant prayer. Encourage practices that promote sincere and God-centered worship, such as regular reading of the Psalms and participation in prayer groups. In John 4 verse 24, we are reminded that God is spirit, and his worshipers must worship in spirit and in truth. Surrounding yourself with a faith community that values and protects true worship can help resist the influence of this spirit. This prepares us to explore how the spirit of Jezebel leads to the persecution of God's servants. Our next topic: persecution of God's servants. The spirit of Jezebel has a long history of persecuting God's servants, and this characteristic is evident in a dangerous woman under its influence. In the Christian context, she might seek to silence or discredit those who proclaim the truth, using tactics of defamation and intimidation. For example, she might spread malicious rumors or create conflicts within the church to undermine the authority and testimony of spiritual leaders. It is crucial to be careful, as this persecution can weaken the faith and unity of the Christian community. Moreover, this dangerous woman might use her position to exert psychological and emotional pressure on God's servants, attempting to demoralize them and divert their focus. She might openly oppose their initiatives, criticizing their actions and decisions relentlessly. Practical examples include constant devaluation of ministerial work and attempts to drive the faithful away from true teachings. This persecution can lead to spiritual and emotional exhaustion among leaders, making their mission even more challenging. To face this persecution, it is vital that God's servants seek strength and guidance from the Lord. In 2 Timothy 3 verse 12, we are reminded that all who desire to live godly in Christ Jesus will suffer persecution. Strengthen spiritual resilience through prayer, fellowship with other believers, and mutual support. Encourage a culture of encouragement and edification within the church, where leaders and members support each other in times of difficulty. With this preparation, we conclude our journey of understanding the spirit of Jezebel and the importance of identifying and resisting it. Have you ever known someone with the symptoms of the spirit of Jezebel? Or perhaps you know someone who fits these characteristics. Reflect on the people around you and the behaviors you have observed. It's important to stay vigilant and take a firm stand. You are not alone in this spiritual battle. God gives us the discernment and strength to resist these negative influences. Now that you've learned to recognize manipulation, rebellion, seduction, falseness, intolerance to true worship, and persecution of God's servants, ask yourself, how can you apply this knowledge in your life and community? Strengthen your spirituality through prayer, Bible study, and fellowship with other believers. Share this knowledge with those you love so they can protect themselves as well. If this video was helpful to you, subscribe to the channel and activate notifications to keep learning about essential topics for your spiritual life. Leave your comment below about how this knowledge impacted you and what else you would like to learn. Together, we can strengthen our faith and walk in the light of truth. May God bless your journey.